The sun hung high as four friends, bound by shared adventure, navigated the dense wilderness. Brian, a man of wiry strength and calculated gaze, held the map, a relic, it felt, against the digital age they were accustomed to. His sharp eyes scanned the terrain, his mind filled with determination and the weight of his ancestors' legacy. Anna, her red hair a vibrant contrast to the greenery around, diligently documented their voyage. Her camera was an extension of her curiosity, capturing the essence of their journey and the stories waiting to be told. Max, a giant only by physique, walked with a sturdy stride, his imposing presence a shield against the unknown. His laughter echoed through the woods, a reminder of the joy he found in the simplest of moments. Sarah, their constant comfort, walked by their side, her serene presence like a soothing balm for their weary souls. Their venture this year bore the weight of legacy. Brian's past had revealed a forgotten town named Darkwood, shrouded in the mystery of a familial journal. The words on those yellowed pages resonated within them all. Max saw the adventure, the thrill of unearthing secrets long buried. Anna, her heart intertwined with history, yearned to weave the tale of Darkwood's forgotten past. Sarah treasured the bonds they shared, their friendship a guiding light in the darkness. And Brian, he found a piece of himself in Darkwood, a connection that called him to unravel the enigmatic ties that bound his family to this forsaken place. Excitement coursed through their veins as they embarked on this mysterious quest, but beneath the surface, there was also a sense of trepidation and curiosity about what lay ahead. Darkwood greeted them with a chilling silence. It was as if time itself had stopped, creating a vacuum of suspended animation. The group stood at the precipice of the town, caught between the vibrancy of the living forest behind them and the ghostly pallor of the abandoned township. In a decaying house, they discovered Emily's diary, a cherished possession of a young woman who had lived in Darkwood centuries ago. Its pages told tales of joy and sorrow, of love and loss, immersing them in the lives that once thrived within these desolate streets. Anna's fingers delicately traced the words, her eyes gleaming with a mix of fascination and empathy. Max's gaze scanned the empty rooms, his heart heavy with the weight of the town's forgotten stories. Sarah's gentle touch brushed against the worn pages, connecting her to the souls that had inhabited these crumbling walls. And Brian, he couldn't help but feel the echoes of his own family's history in the pages of Emily's diary, a reminder of the sins that needed to be redeemed. As they delved deeper into Emily's diary, they stumbled upon mentions of a historian named Thomas, known for his extensive research on Darkwood. His writings chronicled the town's ancient folklore and the malevolent entity that haunted its streets. Brian's heart quickened with a mix of hope and trepidation. Could Thomas's knowledge hold the key to understanding Darkwood's secrets? Under the ominous blanket of night, Darkwood morphed into an abyss of endless shadows. The oppressive silence seemed to hum a warning. Whispers danced on the wind, words barely discernible, curling around them like ethereal tendrils. Guided by Thomas's research, they navigated the labyrinthine streets of Darkwood, passing dilapidated buildings and overgrown gardens. The town seemed frozen in time, steeped in a centuries-old tale of despair and doom. Every turn they took, every step deeper into the ghost town, pushed them further into the heart of the haunted realm. They found themselves drawn towards the crypt. Its imposing structure whispered tales of the entombed. It was said to hold the dark history of Darkwood, the grim past that had spiraled the town into its doomed state. As they descended into the crypt's gaping maw, a sense of dread clawed at their hearts. The crypt exuded an aura of eerie tranquility, an ageless haven for secrets lost to time. Its labyrinthine corridors wound deep into the earth, the stone walls seemingly alive with whispered stories of the past. Brian led the way, his ancestral connection to Darkwood guiding him through the crypt's maze-like heart. Sarah walked beside him, her calming demeanor a beacon amidst the shadows. Max, always the shield, brought up the rear, his steady presence warding off the creeping unease that came with their descent into the unknown. Meanwhile, Anna used her extensive knowledge of ancient scripts to decipher the cryptic runes that adorned the crypt walls. Each symbol, each glyph, told a piece of Darkwood's history, guiding them deeper into the heart of the crypt. Eventually, they discovered a hidden chamber, the last piece of the puzzle unlocked by Anna's interpretation of the inscriptions. At its center lay an intricately carved pedestal, cradling an artifact shrouded in a mystic aura, the Key of Shadows. As Brian approached, a pulsing energy resonated between him and the key, as if recognizing the lineage that bound them together. With a glance at his friends, he carefully lifted the key from its ancient resting place. An unseen force seemed to ripple through the crypt as Brian held the key. The once tranquil atmosphere turned palpable with a sense of awakening. As if responding to the key's removal, an ethereal shudder passed through Darkwood, hinting at the awakening of the formidable entity that lay dormant. Holding the key, Brian felt an awakening within him, as if he had unlocked a part of himself long dormant. The gravity of their mission seemed to solidify then, the ties of his family to Darkwood more tangible than ever before. The key's presence seemed to stir the very air around them, setting in motion the events that would lead them to their final confrontation with the entity. Sarah, sensing the shift in energy, offered Brian a reassuring smile, bolstering his resolve. Max tightened his grip on his makeshift weapon, his face set with determination. Anna, realizing the significance of their discovery, put away her notebook, her eyes reflecting a mix of apprehension and resolve. With the Key of Shadows now in their possession, they prepared to face the entity that haunted Darkwood. Emerging from the crypt's darkened depths and back into the world of the living, they felt the weight of the impending climax of their journey. A sense of foreboding hung in the air, a chilling prelude to the battle that awaited them in the heart of Darkwood. From the deepest recesses of the crypt, they emerged into the moonlit heart of Darkwood. The town lay still, but a chilling undercurrent of energy signaled the awakening of the entity. Holding the Key of Shadows, Brian led his friends towards their fate. With the key in hand, Brian beckoned forth the entity, breaking the unseen shackles that had kept it bound for centuries. The air shimmered, and the entity emerged, a maelstrom of darkness, its form as fluid and changing as the shadows themselves. They fought valiantly against the entity, their bond strengthening their resolve. But the entity was relentless, a force of nature fueled by centuries of rage and despair. Anna was the first to fall, her keen intellect unable to shield her from the entity's wrath. Next was Max, his hulking physique crumbling under the unyielding force of the entity. Sarah, her gentle spirit not meant for such malevolent energies, succumbed next. Only Brian remained, standing tall amidst the devastation. He looked at the Key of Shadows in his hand, his ancestral connection to Darkwood pulsing in tandem with his heart. He knew what he had to do. As the entity loomed over him, Brian plunged the Key of Shadows into the ground. An explosion of light erupted, engulfing the entity and Brian alike. In his last moments, Brian thought of his friends, their shared adventures, and their unwavering faith in him. And with that, he was gone. Darkwood fell silent once again, its haunted tale reaching its grim yet necessary end. The once vibrant group of friends were no more, their spirits joining the countless others that wandered the forsaken town. But amidst the despair, there was a sense of peace, a resolution that Darkwood hadn't known for centuries. And it was all thanks to Brian and his friends, who had dared to uncover the truth of Darkwood, and in doing so found their own. Their tale, though tinged with tragedy, would echo through the ages, a testament to the power of friendship and the indomitable human spirit.
This is Sinister Syntax. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my work, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. Above all else, please leave feedback on what you liked and didn't like. I will use your feedback to improve my stories and artwork in the future. And remember, the terror is in the details.